It's a request from Portland, Maine. Susan Rogers has a brain tumor.
Sorry. Oh, kayaknya. Adam di donya deh. Oh, wait. I'd like to hear this Adam's beautiful voice. Lama, hear me? See how? Calling Lama?
We had a session. Yeah? It's on. We had a session yesterday. Some people were here.
Okay.
Oh. It's a funny one. It's a strange one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We had a session yesterday, some people attended, where we tried a new tune for this, and everybody has this, yeah?
Oh.
It's basically Eric's translation with a few lines that are modified.
Oh.
Based on the Tibetan.
It's become worse.
It's much worse. So you can join in, but For those who weren't here, maybe I'll just join in. And if you don't get the tune, maybe join in silently. Yeah, there's not much else to say. This is an offering for Rinpoche. It's not about the beauty, but the intention.
That's good enough.
Is everybody ready? Okay.
Okay. You want a big gong?
No. Lama hear me, Lama hear me, Lama hear. Lama hear me, Lama hear me, Lama hear. Maybe I should do it one more time. The melody.
Okay.
Kozo mangche le masora.
Okay.
Mi sumshu jipshu mato le maso.
Yeah.
Chesan. Mangche king yo marwa.
No problem.
Chesan. Yeah, so maybe just listen to it once
Oh yeah.
and then join in
Okay.
silently or Lama hear me, Lama hear me, Lama hear. It's the first line. Lama hear me, Lama hear me, Lama hear. That's all it is. It's the same, and then Lama hear. And the second line goes, Lama hear.
No me.
Yeah, and then that same two-part melody repeats the entire song. So maybe listen for a bit and then join in. Okay.
Okay.
Lama hear me, Lama hear me, Lama hear. Lama hear me, Lama hear me, Lama hear. Essence of the Buddhas of the threefold times. Kind root guru, greatest Vajra Dara. Lord of Siddhas, hear me, Lama hear. Lama hear me, Lama hear me, Lama hear. Blessed to hold no hatred for my enemies. Bless me not to cling to any friend. Blessed to let this bias subside naturally. Blessed to cut the ties, the eight concerns. Blessed to not hoard wealth and lots of worldly goods. Blessed to live alone in mountain dwellings. Blessed to set ablaze the two most blissful warmth. Blessed to turn this magic form to the deity. Blessed to see my dreams as lucid wakefulness. Blessed to free the bardos to the Blessed to see the sameness Mahamudra. Blessed to give this body as an offering. Blessed to solve the vital instruction. Blessed to see that knowing one frees everything. Bless this child to take his father's footsteps. Bless that mind and wind enter the duty's path. Bless that channels and winds are pliable. Bless to realize the view of Trekcho. Blessed to gain certainty in Turga. Blessed to see the end of mind as Dharmakaya. Blessed to cut all clean immediately. Blessed to find the Buddha within myself. Blessed to guide the beings who have failed to see. Blessed to free whose misconception clash with Dharma. Blessed to make all connections meaningful. Blessed to churn samsara from its depths. Blessed that my body ripens to the deity. Blessed to depart in a rainbow body of light. Lama hear me, Lama hear me, Lama hear. Lama hear me, Lama hear me, Lama hear.
Getting better and better. Saje muje suje mendon ram rira linje ni de jembande sanje jendo me de barwaye droga namda jinla jebayo.
Anoint this space with perfumed water and sprinkle it with flowers, adorning it Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. I visualize it as a Buddha realm and offer it. May all beings enjoy this perfect realm.
Amen. Jojenje barane desum sanje kunje ngoni. Fransim chogo ngozon donzebe zawe lama namla solwa ande dorje chanjen tele naroda marba mela kambo tasab. Napo bata palden ruba sujube lama namla solwa ande palden sabe lama dagi churu be mendenjur. Kadin jambe gonen je zonde kuzon tonje. Ngojup za do so dazo semjen tam jeji. Je menjen ro re jenje lab do so.
Please arouse the altruistic motivation of bodhicitta, and in that spirit, please listen to the teachings.
Kapsu Baba Cheja, Saja Chimbu Yigi Shibi, Sabji Tombar Cheba La, Semji Shiza Cheba, Semji Shatab Temba, Semji Kolsa Cheba, semji lamcher tamba jebe nane semji kolsa jeba suba teres.
The topic of this teaching is the profound instruction on the 4 syllables, and the text has 4 main sections: severing the basic root of mind, displaying the methods of resting the mind, slicing through potential errors in the mind, and explaining how to proceed on the path of mind. So we finished the first 2, and now we're discussing slicing through potential errors in the mind.
Detaoge nyamle nangtingi kansa nangjur matini lamla trege kapsula kapkala kolsa de yong sibares and kosa ke tesomla cheba chedo ani kosa chebas sungures.
So for a practitioner who is engaging in this type of practice, this type of path, then along the way of practice, it's possible that we'll have some errors, some sidetracks or deviations in our mind, in our practice. And in order to cut through the doubts associated with these, this section is taught how to cut through potential errors in the mind.
Kolsa sengde dau yoni kolgoyore mato tsane matawana kolsigo mares. Dashin dala inaya nalma mayimba tarnang dawchela ani tarnang wangdo shorsong wadala kolsa yores.
So this term golsa, which we're translating as potential error, refers to something that's very similar to the real thing. It's like the real thing, it's close to the real thing. If it's totally off base in an entirely wrong direction, we don't call it a golsa. We call it something else. So it's things that appear to be similar to the real thing, but are not. And so it's like a near enemy or something like that.
Ani chaja zoba chembu kapsula ani shenji sigres keksel yang sigres tango shenji che ani keksel bondons kaps babala kolsas daudores.
In the Dzogchen tradition, there's the term shenche, which means fine distinction. And then there's geksel, dispelling obstacles, and then bokdun, or enhancement. And so these are all taught in the Dzogchen system. And here they talk about cutting through potential errors, which has a similar meaning.
Ta yer sangji la rena goals rangsem le shembi sangji zangbo shi lona mepar kodaches.
So the first line says, if you place your hopes in a Buddha somewhere up there, that is mistaken. Decisively make up your mind that there is no great enlightened being out there separate from your own mind.
Dati karisa korsana nganzu sangji le rewa yorwa. Sangji tobu tengora. Shogane tabado kondapato sangji tobu sangji rewa yodorwa. Sangji rewa me lagu yomare. Oneti norware ve sena.
Oh.
Norware ve sena.
So. So the meaning of this is, of course, we do have hope to attain Buddhahood. We have hope in the state of Buddhahood. We often have hope from the moment we wake up in the morning until late at night. I hope to attain Buddhahood. I hope to attain Buddhahood. I hope my hopes are in the Buddha, and so on. We have this. So what's the potential error in this?
Ta ndela ni yore chik ani chir chitang dumba chita gores kolong chita gores ina yang ni sangji sangdi rangi semji neloki jama salwale los jurbegi ani sangji togre tena ti togmare so ina sangji yorewesna yore rangle jutade ba sangji shembachi yorewesna yore 이나야 랑기 셈지 점마데 마상신도 아니 상지 살아 상지 토고 되나 데 너버래 예서요.
No, so. So there's two reasons. One is that we do have aspiration, we do have motivation, and it's fine to have aspiration and motivation, but we need to understand that there's no attaining Buddhahood somewhere else than our own mind, than our own clarity with its stains purified.
Don't say purified.
Oh yeah.
Liberated.
Liberated.
Cleaned. No joking. Say purified, it's okay.
Purified or liberated. There's not, and then the question comes, are there separate beings who are enlightened from our own mind stream? And the answer is yes, there are. There are fully enlightened Buddhas separate from us. However, there's no attaining Buddhahood apart from purifying or liberating the stains in our own clarity.
Tindu ani ngama jagar ta pela karena rangi semji tema sangwala manzomba chene ani debatang solde jangba chira chene nga sanji koban togure tema tende tena nga zo nyamnen chena naware seyor
Lasso. Diko sachigre dinana.
tende chena to korwa
Lasso. So in the past, like in old Tibet and so forth,
en jagala chulu mangbo yorwa
and India and many Buddhist cultures, there were many people who believed that you don't really need to do the work of purifying the stains in the mind. If you just have really strong faith and supplicate the Buddhas out there, somehow you can attain Buddhahood. And this is a mistake. And so this is referring to that mistake.
tini ta chik dubate kolongte kadu yogor sana ani jetop ji kapsala na ka kala lakpartu jamtu dombe kapsa semje be kapsala kolongte thena sanje sa togo thengore kolongda semje charsa wishela ta takpar jinga sanje sal togo thengde lo da pa shane samje sanje sal topjegi lamji ningbo dhima mebe semte ngoshani tiki tonene tobore tebores.
There are, of course, times when we do need to arouse motivation, aspiration towards Buddhahood. For example, when we're going for refuge, and when we're generating bodhicitta, especially in the times of refuge and bodhicitta, we do generate that intention. I wish to attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. And so on. Especially in the post-meditation. But when we finished going for refuge, when we finished generating bodhicitta, and we're in the meditative session or equipoise, if we continue to sit there being, I need to attain Buddhahood, I need to attain Buddhahood, that doesn't help. So we need to actually set that aside. And when the essence of the path, we need to be clear that it's recognizing the stainless lucidity or clarity in our nature and developing that. And only through that can we actually attain Buddhahood. Do you understand the danger in the error in this?
Oh, dang manindo dang gewasa dang sang jigre amitaba singam jen sang jigre dang marang sem ngoltan nyambar shan dama saya tab jing maro sonam chol top jing megu dang sonam so top pembal ten nga sang jewo dang yora.
I don't think this is a huge problem for, Western modern people. I don't think we make that mistake as much, but in Tibetan culture this is quite common. It's like I'm just going to chant the manis, make a lot of merit, pray to the Buddhas, and I'm going to get there, be reborn in Amitabha's Pure Land. I don't need... And so they don't necessarily put effort into recognizing the stainless mind essence and practicing in that manner, mostly on merit and faith and supplication, and that will carry me to the Buddha fields. There's that attitude is quite common.
Shambati mar korwala dona golwe rangdo chubale shembe semjeng ngebashi lona mepar kodachis.
Second line says, if you fear samsara somewhere down there, that's mistaken. Decisively make up your mind that there is no corrupted sentient being out there separate from your confused thoughts.
Kolsebare kansanen azu korwale korwa abo gozudu ngondo shaundoni ani tomunchi ngondo tumin nangi ngondo segore tuminchi ngondo zowote korwale korwale njik korwal tane sanje salya dogi segoro tadenan korwal dog bare es lagor ani ngondo kapsul korwal dog res lagor ta kandenas kuni constitution res
So this is also a potential error or deviation. So for example, at the time of practicing the Nundro, we have the outer common Nundro preliminaries and the inner uncommon Nundro practices. And especially in the outer common preliminaries, you hear a lot of this. We have to reverse from samsara. We have to escape. We should fear samsara. We should be terrified of the abyss of samsara, and so on. This comes up a lot in that context. But then there's other contexts where it says you don't need to, especially this context, you don't need to reverse or leave or reject samsara. But at the time of Nundro, you are supposed to reject and fear samsara. And here you're not supposed to fear and reject samsara. So is that a contradiction?
korwa kan yo mare koala ta jowa chego mare sana yang digmido da korwa jowa chego sana digmido da garje gore.
So then it's also not really okay to be like, oh, samsara is great. I have no problem at all with samsara. I have no fear, no sadness. Samsara is just...
Move to California.
It's also not quite okay. But it's also not okay to fear it and want to run away from it. So what do we do?
Rangdo 출발에 심비 semjeng ngembashi lona me ba sengdi da des koya kalkana kanshi semjeng sengdi jibiji 강사 그 semjeng 세가 마다 감정 크로와들라 감정 크로와단 감정 크로와는 여백이 semjeng 된줄 거나 되고래 이제미지 빙장바질 거나 des 고마데 바라지도와
라소
크로와 생들라 아니 출바단 빙단 강가 include 요로와
라소. So this line, there is no corrupted sentient being out there. Rinpoche said we have to understand this in a broader way. It's not just referring to a particular sentient being or just living beings. It's like the three realms of samsara. It's the places, the perceptions, and the beings that are experiencing those. It's all of that. It's not just like a being.
아니 가서 공도시와 난시래다 이 자자 신부시베 갑솔라 아니 나와 셈인민 꼴랑 가서 계셔서 되난시래다 나와 감정 걸어게 나와대 rangi ngor jurbi nawate kona yaire yen kare na rangi ngor jurbi kita nawa jorwa de ani rangi ki samji nelo ngoma shin lenji jebi yishin ngoma shin lenji jebi marik bob on the journey 출발에 시작한 거예요. 대인도 대 출발에 셴비기 아니 코로암 샘지 현안 매바지 다 제거래 해서 가상 한만 라이브에 다우래 즉발에 시시차차 셴비 쉐비 갑솔라 아니 뉴말렌지 집이 시당 뉴말렌지 집 마르바 니요도 뉴말 마리 렌지 집이 그 마르바 온도 쇼르네 셈사발레 좀좀 나와샤네 탐지 네 드리밍스 라고요래 다 된나신 즉발에 대인도 코로아 출발생인데 아니 사자 셴바시요 말에 자와데 랑 출발되는 중앙인데 나그 출발때 코로아생은 출발이 생긴 것이 떴나 그래 코로아생인데 사자절은 거 만서시 코로아생이 춘남기 랑신들은 거잖아
So this line, no, it's a corrupted being out there separate from your confused thoughts. The meaning is similar to what we were discussing before at the time of the ground Mahamudra. It's connected to that question, do all appearances, are they actually really separate from our mind that we discussed before? And in the Mahamudra perspective, our experience is unfolding in our mind. And if we, and like the discussion of the ground Mahamudra, in the ground we have co-emergent ignorance cohabiting with co-emergent wisdom. And if we fall under the power of co-emergent ignorance, then our clarity becomes confused and enters into dualistic experiences of confused perception more and more. And so in that discussion we talked about how that experience is like my dream, my confused dream. So the meaning is similar to that. Samsara is not a place somewhere else. Samsara is confusion, is confused appearances. And this is what the meaning of this is. Samsara is not a place, it is confused appearances.
Yana denina samsara place tan yo marvesana yore. Chulbig ngola samsara chulbig rangshindu jurbigi place yore. Inaya the dream like that.
But we also don't want to say that there's no samsaric places whatsoever either, because there are. From the perspective of confused mind streams, there are plenty of samsaric places. But what kind of places are those? They're dreamlike places.
다들 남바 상제박에 statement 쳐부러지래.
This is a big statement from the Buddhist side.
We see one day 랑상제나 하고요. 그래? 대바도 하고 말어.
When we become Buddhas, we'll understand this properly. Until then, I'm not so sure.
다 숨바티 낭 냠뇽라시나 골외 차자침보 일라산미 냠수 용주메바 고다제.
If you are attached to the taste of inner meditation experiences, that is a deviation. Decisively resolve that in Mahamudra, the mind doesn't do anything, and there is essentially no meditation experience to taste.
Sorry. This is very profound to me. And it was very difficult to me also. So. 다 미미스네 냠주 뇽야오나 가기라와 냠주 뇽자지면은 아니 가기 말아 제자 전복이 냠주 뇽주메 슬라고래.
So whoever we are, anybody really likes to have something to taste. We like to have an experience to taste, to have. But nobody likes having no taste. But in Mahamudra it says, Mahamudra has no taste.
Sorry, look at your face. Andela que chamam buxé eu bem sares e na ainda ani da paje haku yures que chamam buxé na paje mangro tuksi gres de garan shana yagiona antes que shana yagiona ara haku midus.
There's a lot of ways to discuss this point. I think some of you understand it, perhaps already. I'm concerned that if I dive into it, it could lead to more confusion. I'm not sure. Maybe it would be beneficial to discuss it later. We'll see.
아니 아들은 뭐지 공부 낭쟁가를 생긴데 감 낭쟁랑 가랑 공부야 레스 되나라 도된지요 레스.
In Tibet, Adi Rinpoche's Gompa, Tsechu Gompa, is also my Gompa, and at that Gompa there's a Togden, a realized yogi.
아니 그런 나마 음제양 레스 공부 음제야 부치 동이다 레스.
And that yogi before was the umze, or the chant master of the monastery.
아니 그런 중중 간에 냠lela 아니 좀바체네 냠내야고 냠lela 존두치 땡이지 레스.
And when he was younger, he was very diligent in his practice. He practiced all the time.
그런 라마살도 당마슈 검자 양 공부기 딕 데도 코두가난데요 말에 공부기 딕 양송 음제양지 레가양지 양 검자 어떤 징이지 레스.
So he would go to his lamas frequently and ask questions, ask for pith instructions, and then examine them, practice them, go and ask questions and so on. And then he would perform his duties. He didn't actually stay in the retreat center. He continued his duties in the monastery.
At the beginning, yeah.
And practiced along with that.
Then 그런 검자 이마지 그런 검이하고 이제 제인사래.
And he kept practicing, and one day it seemed like his meditation was going very well.
아니 음제 제나야 검레 만다와 검도요 뇽 검지요 대와 도 가와이나 그런 냠도 여다와 딜디 낭라 샤나 되기 내가 셴바양 고마가와 그런지 여대와죠. 네 제가 뭐 된서래.
So for example, when he was performing his chant master duties, his meditation was still there with him. When he would go somewhere or walk or wherever he was staying, it was like his meditation was right there. It was undisturbed. His meditation was always with him, and yet it didn't block his ability to perform his duties or do anything else.
Then lamadele shuntanga tele chagdus anti kandina dayaworves tires.
Then he went to his teacher and said, "This is my experience. This is what's happening. Is this good?" He asked his teacher. And his teacher said, "I'm not going to say if it's good or bad, but keep sustaining your practice continuously." And then he continued like that for 1 or 2 years. And then he thought, "Yeah, this is going really well. I think I'm doing quite well." It's like he was never distracted. but he wasn't really holding on to anything either.
냠지 뇨야는 도스.
And there was this experience he was having.
다들 곰 녀마치 들라서.
And he kept going that way, and then one day he just lost it. The experience was totally gone.
다 강갈라서 차상라서.
Everything was gone. He lost everything.
다 곰잔메도.
Then there was like no more meditation.
때 사바도스 거랑. 사바도스.
Oh, and then he was kind of sad.
나만 테스트 곰지어라데 메도잖아.
Before there was this taste I had, and now the taste is just gone.
다 걸라만 잘 패서 당가 곰 빨라서 다 짜는 메도스 냠뇨야 가야 메도스.
Then he went to his teacher and said, my meditation is just, I lost it. All the taste, the experience I was having, my whole practice, it's gone. I just lost it all. Then he said to his Lama, this is probably really bad, right? And the teacher said he didn't say it was good, but he didn't say it was bad either. He didn't say anything.
녀마직 되니 용지 자와 당상지게 에는 골을 샤무표샤와 당시 곰라 용 등에디 녀와데 파 용자데 파 달니 그런 게 희질레그레 희 용자게 곰을 용 저데 파 라네 곰 그런 게희 당상지 레비용 쓰기레스 근데다 곰문에 레바레 소리.
And so one day in practice,
lama ko lapso ko.
Oh, lasso.
Dada de yakborem lama so, duwe lama so, inayang ta namshik tsena, ane chorang, ane gom ngama nyong denge dawachi meba, ane gola shamupyush na shawa, shamupyush shawa na shi chik, tangsang chik, ngo shigi, ngo chi legre, and didu ta gom.
Lasso. So then his teacher said to him, yeah, if you keep sustaining the practice, one day the experiencer and the experience, or the taster and the taste, will fall away. There won't be any more an experiencer, a taster, and the taste as well. Will dissolve. It's like taking off your hat. It's like having a hat on and then taking it off. And what that means is you're actually finding the ground of true meditation. Sorry. Not the ground, but the underlying nature. Or the underlying nature of empty clarity of the mind. So you'll find that, and then that's actually the real meditation. When there's no more any experiencer, they're having an experience. Both of those fall away, and then you're touching the real nature, the real abiding nature of the mind.
The fabric. The underlined fabric. Ada ko iche maso tanga yong samare tensta lamante sunda tangal semsu jain sares semso hagoso semso
semgi chorwa
mare oh like pat him okay don't sem soya sem nyamro sem ya semso tang
kongi dijenso rimshi
jenso
alaso
da tanga gom laso tanga ga yong mare Nama pesang bojo, tanga laso, tanga dikpachen, karachena, karimatena, chosago na, mundo shago na, ta karachago na, tenso, lama kita tenso kaya gomare, tik tata kare yembati pa lolo junjangda, nyamachi churang dene yongre laso, na korang yiche maso, da deta uta tsana yongomare, tanga gom laso, tenso.
But he didn't really believe his lama's instruction. He thought, oh, he's just trying to like make me feel better and pat me on the back. This can't be good. I've lost my meditation. I've lost my experience. clearly this is something bad. I must, and he was thinking back to what he'd done and potential mistakes he'd made. I must need to get more merit. Oh yeah, I need to get more merit. I should do more Nundro, definitely. That might help. This is clearly a bad thing that's happened, this losing of my experience. I think my Lama's just being nice to me. But the Lama said, no, you continue to sustain that. You don't need to do those things. You continue in this manner.
Then that logic new goes on. Today, Sabado, today Lama Soata, Gom the Kola, Yumason, Gom Yumason, Gom Jagat, Gom Koranda Lasara, in a Koran Gom Jabido. Naman Gom the Lasar, in a Gom Jaya Tachi, Lama Garson, the Lulu Chiata, Lama Soata Bado, Yamache, out of blue, nowhere. Without any announcement, without any testing. Some Tangsang Gapameba, Nyong Sanaya, Chick Nyamyong Chick, Nyong Denge Meba, Ina Yobachik, Dia Gapameba, Santal, Chikare, Chena, Choding, Donaya, Choding, Denaya, Chod, Namale. More Santal Gamameba, and basically, Koron Jula, Kaduche Hamo, Konachetu, Sectu. Maybe been 1 month before, maybe 1 year ago, Konyamachek and the Koron Halen, yeah, Tanga and the Jedua, Young Lamazal Dosokona.
That's so. So then he kept going, kind of like that, which meant he kept practicing, even though his experience or his practice from before he lost it and couldn't find it anymore. But he didn't stop doing anything. He still continued to practice, still sat there, so to speak, even though his prior practice and experience was gone. He would supplicate his Lama, and he would sit there, and kept going like that for another year or two, even though there was no real experience anymore, no meditation as he'd known it before. Then one day, he just kind of noticed that there was this total unobstructedness, like a total unimpededness in his experience. There was no big announcement. There was no special taste. There was just a vividness, a pure, kind of clear aspect. It was totally unblocked. And yet there was also sort of no experiencer there having that experience either. And then he just sort of noticed that that was the quality of the mind. It was totally unblocked, totally transparent, open, unimpeded, much more than before.
Kote Hagamasong, the Koran Namadilla bag of head, Namadilla Gomyawin, Tendiora. In Namadi Leviamara, Dillips. The Koran, maybe 1 month, 1 year, currently Tonanjemaso, Yamache, Arablu, the Hakoso.
And it wasn't like it suddenly was there. He realized it had been there for a while, maybe a month, maybe a year. He hadn't even really noticed or paid it much attention. But one day he sort of suddenly realized what it was and that it was already there. It was more open and transparent, more unblocked than before. And it was just kind of there all the time, whether he went somewhere, was moving around, doing this or that. It was just kind of always with him. And he didn't even know when it had started. So then he went back to his Lama again.
I'm sure in between he went back, but this is a story, okay? Need to make some dramatic, he didn't went. Then he went. So, but we don't know, maybe he went many times. Because I wasn't there. Then ko lamal de shoes oh ngata tat 남아다 만다와 있던데 즉 제손다 되다 간데나 즉 가야 맹해도 즉 양매서는 짠 매봐야 많이 봐즉 고향부 대우다고 절 진용야 짠 맹해 다 들어 검서나 양즉 준이다 오야 다다데 공고에 고향 맹해지 양고 라야 마송하지 생각에 괜찮지 즉 차송 공고 되나 지금 드금 짜는 맹해지 영수서는 영은 마영하지 아니 다시 가려 가와 내와 살와면 똑같아 가려나 가야 맹해지 누구 짜는 쪽사 맹해지 연어 여도 봐질라 명주는 맹해 공부 되나 검주어 맹해 야 마검 샤샤나 고 대등에 나한테 백현사지 종송도 가려나 쉬래.
So he went to his Lama and he said, sort of described his experience. He said, it's really this odd thing. It's, there's not really like a state or a meditation that I can sustain because I lost it. I lost the experience. So there's no sort of meditation experience to sustain. But also, it's not absolutely nothing either. The mind's sort of very at ease and open. Unimpeded, but I can't really pinpoint the qualities in it. Oh, this is the essence, this is the capacity, and this is the lucid nature either, but it's somehow there. If I try to meditate, but then I can't find anything to meditate on. But if I try not to meditate, but then it's still there. It's really odd. So then, what should I do now?
라마스 다처럼 가야 제막 제고 말했어. 마마제 잠지 제대시 가야 제고 말했어라. 다때문에 약보래스. 다 곰지 깡축 랑다 곰지 군에 깡축 깡바. 내가 곰 약보치 다 곰지 깡축도 주랑라. 다때시 가야 제고 말했어. 근데 마제 잠지 되는 다 되그래 소리.
Lama said, you don't have to do anything. Don't do anything. Just keep not doing anything. This finally is a good. This is finally this is proper. You found the real feat of meditation, so to speak. There's nothing to do, so keep not doing anything.
Except maje baches, jesona majes jes.
Except don't forget that state. There's nothing to do at all except just don't forget.
다들 가르쳐 고 냠뇽라 셴나 그 냠뇽지 검지 째째요로 아마 검지 째요로 before 이나데 셴바당 지는 째째요로 다 니마지 그 셴바 조송도 딱고 검라송 된송래 이나 검다 유요로 이나 다데 검 말에 된데라 니마지 다데 검이 방고시용도 또 검자송.
Actually, he had this kind of experience before in his practice, but it was always mixed with attachment. And then one day, when his attachment fell away, he actually thought his meditation had fallen away. He thought he'd lost his meditation, but he just really lost his attachment. Actually, the essence of the meditation was probably still there, but it took him a long time to realize that it was still there and it had always been there.
다 나가모 룩술라 벽 룩술라 라마게 망고 라고 말해 다당 나술라바나니 빠라라라라라 로마게 따라라라라 망고 냥이 말해 고 스카이제 lapten gom yang kakaro jan 스카이제 lap 뇨 점세 망고 쉐이 말와 되네 라마데 오 다처럼 진짜 망고 랍데요나 컨셉도 도야 냥가 요래 된도 고 라마데가 다콜 is going okay 나 관들의 conscious 건님마치 야부 차그래 된 관들의 된였어. 때마다 람상 당보란 오 저런 셴바들 라도 달 시들 라 민두지 망불랍되나 되는 밑 서버툭더라.
So this story kind of illustrates a style in the tradition, in this tradition in Tibet in the old days, where the lamas wouldn't really say all that much to the students. The students wouldn't necessarily hear all that much. They wouldn't tell them everything at the front end. They'd just say a few words, like in the story, and then they'd go off and practice And they'd figure, okay, they'll figure it out. And then when there's something to say, they would come back and say it. It wasn't that they would tell them everything at the beginning. It wasn't that the Lama told the student in this story, for example, oh no, it's just that your attachment has been lost, and because of this and because of that, and this is what's still there, and this is how it's all. They wouldn't do it like that. Because the risk then is that all those instructions just go into the conceptual mind.
아니 밀레라 바가 송레 아니 데당 살당 메독숨 데숨 검지 걸사인 세월에 양 구르치능라 데당 살당 메독숨 데숨 검지 양세인 니송레 대화 살로 메독숨 걸사인 송아지다 대화 살로 메독숨 검지 톱 제문이 송아 가지 가르소 그래서는 아들은 비치고서는 아니 고사인 있으나 골와인 있으나 tel 셴바쇼나 데당 살당 메톡바 숨라 셴바쇼나 골레서 데당 살당 메톡바 코랑 골사마레 고곰 곰레 데네 대와 살와 메톡바 코랑신 곰나 곰냠도 제그라와티 난 대와레신 사와레신 메톡발레시나 골사레스
Milarepa, in one of his songs, he says, bliss, clarity, and non-thought are the errors in meditation, or the deviations of meditation. But in another song, he says, bliss, clarity, and non-thought are the pinnacle of meditation. So how can we resolve this? So Adi Rinpoche explained that bliss, clarity, and non-thought just happen in meditation. They're natural. But if we fall prey to clinging to them, to attachment to them, they become a deviation or a sidetrack of meditation, an error. If they happen without the presence of clinging and attachment, then they are meditation. They're what happens in meditation. And they're not a deviation.
데인데 다 냠냠라 셴바 셴나 골스 자자 전부 일라 자르면스다 강도 아연 즈바 마지에서 거다.
So then that's why it says if you're attached to the taste of inner meditation experience, that is a deviation. Resolve that in Mahamudra the mind doesn't do anything, and there is essentially no experience to taste. So it's saying don't grasp, don't attach to meditation experience.
Yeah. What? Nyung 생겨져 nyung. nyung 생기지. experience 주래.
Lasso.
자전기 제능라 뇽생들 저 뭐냐도 뇽생들 셴바절 건 망제 셴바도 주고 또직 뭐 장은 뭐 통나 직 도와 장은 뭐 통으로 왔다 very good tea 또 Thank you.
This word in this line, nyong, means sort of experience, means experience. And this word comes up a lot in the Mahamudra texts, instruction manuals. And it's explained in many different ways. There's a lot of attention on this word. Usually it's associated with grasping. Experience is usually explained mixed with attachment. because we have experience. Experience happens. When we drink sweet tea, there's an experience.
I hear quite often in Whole Food, end of the Whole Food, there's a one table there, no? And people sit there. And I hear this sound. But I never heard in McDonald's. McDonald's, I think they just eat it without experience. Really, I just sit there, sometimes look at the people in Whole Food and McDonald's. It's opposite. And Whole Food, they eat food with the mouth closed. McDonald's eat mouth open. I don't know which one is right. It looks like a McDonald's has less attachment. Really, just food, eat it, come on. Why you need to give an extra noise? Shamata, Biva Shana, Dzogchen. He says, follow McDonald, just do it. And Kajubala Martin Songre. Gom Majabatenzo, Sang Majiti, Kansana, Gom Majabre, Gomchi Mambo Sang Jiva Mare, Karazana, Gom Japtani.
Yes. Some of the great Kagyu masters used to say, people who never practice don't attain enlightenment because they never practice. But most meditators don't attain enlightenment because they do practice.
Ani dagana shemba nyingma kaju mamuda dan zojen yaga songre ani gomshe mang de shikshenyung gomshenge mangores gom shiksenge nyonyores.
In both the Mahamudra and the Dzogchen tradition, there's a saying that there are many who know how to meditate, but few who know how to destroy the meditation.
And dagana shemba gomji luar das yang kajola mag sore gomji luar das lugres lu hago
trick lua mepa ki lu
mepa lu.
There's another saying that meditators are what's the word, tricked by their meditation. What's the word for lua mepa? Deceived.
Yeah.
Deceived by their meditation.
Ina ta ati this 냠뇨 차자 전부서 냠뇨 영은질 계시고래. 다지 곰 짜는면은 곰 떨어져요 말에. 곰 짜는면은 곰 신바엔 쉬고 말에. 근데 그저 말에 당보 곰 째고래. 바로 곰 떨. 된 다만 곰 양다도 째기라.
So this instructions really only apply to someone who is practicing Mahamudra meditation and has some experience. If we don't have any experience, if we don't have any meditation, there's nothing to destroy. And
there's no whole food. Nothing to make noise. Really, it's so nice whole food. Every single, food make the same noise.
If there's no meditation experience, then there's nothing to get attached to. So this instruction does not apply to people who don't practice and have no experience. First, we have to practice. First, we have to have an experience. Then we can destroy our meditation, and then we can find the actual, authentic meditation.
다들은 곰 간데 떨고래. 저는 아들은 뭐지 먹고 숨을 곰 떨이야. 아니 냠샤 낭는 곰 떨이야. 곰 프라 참샤는 파 셴발돈. 내가 셴발치네. 양 갈래 저 냠샤 강 수샤. 르바 먹고 숨을 그래. 니어래. 야 튼 낭나 떨. 직 튼삼 튼파 돈.
Pasha ani.
Yang kali yang suta.
So Adi Rinpoche said there's two main ways to destroy the meditation. One is in the meditation session, within it, to break the meditation, but still be in the session. That's one style. Another style is to actually stop the session and get up and go do something else, and then slowly
watch a movie. Completely different than the meditation. And while you watch a movie, slowly, where are you? So, movie is on, but you so gently come back. That 냠샹 torsuldi. 자주 내가 직발에 폐자와 라서 왔다. 야나 제가 파데 양 수데스 양 big pata suta gom kran pa sha yana ko gom le opposite shadang da la ya thap che ta man che yang shadang ngo ni su gom lo yong yang do cha che ya thap che yang do cha ngo ni su yong yang 직 na thme da sha temu do cha shadang temu nga ja thado kanga ya 직 강기 ngo ne do sha ne su gom lo yong shadang ne yong nga ja lo yong thado no temu kare na tingane kain tingote ko underlined nilu rediore tingane suyongchana.
So in terms of the way that we destroy or scatter our meditation during a session, we can there's the classic methods like shouting pet sort of suddenly. That's one style. Another style is to just stop practicing whatever practice we're doing. We stop it and then we just look around, kind of up and down and side to side, and just stop practicing entirely. Another style is to stop practicing entirely and then generate a klesha, like anger or desire, for example, and then look back at the mind once that's been generated. It's like the opposite of practice in a sense. And then with all the main kleshas, pride, jealousy, or make the mind very dull, which would be delusion. And so it's then from within the experience of the klesha, finding the underlying nature in that experience.
This is a difficult one. I'm sure, not this one, the coming one. It's nice to hear, but you will not do it. Gom de kadushi gore sana tsube kapso shiya kai mere. Gom chukdo do. gombe 약보지 차야는 니마지 아 대와 살와 메토바이 짐바명에 대오 okay all synchronized fantastic awesome 저 드드식 서고라 마도 녀몽께도 그 시고 말아 그런 거 시용으로
so Rinpoche said he's sure we won't do this, but when is
my job to tell you? So if you don't do it, I don't know. God knows.
When is it the right time to break the meditation? We don't break the meditation when our mind is turbulent, when there's lots of thoughts and emotions.
Because you broke already.
Because they're already breaking our meditation. Then we just leave it. It's when things are going well, when there's bliss, clarity, non-thought, we feel okay, we feel synchronized, we feel at peace.
A sense of love.
And everything's going...
Maybe some devotion, appreciation. Wow, this is a Buddha field. Oh my God. Right now, I think text says also like this. Don't look Buddha field somewhere else.
That's when we need to break it.
Then break that. Don't continue that. Break. Break, break, break. One day. Then Shiba Sangtal de Ngoshe. Sangtal de Dangla. You can have those things. Ina nyoma meba. Nyong se de chuor se chewing. Chewing de meba la. De dang dojo. Deba dang, salcha dang. Chik yunden tamji. Jiang madrubi ngang ni dang de la. Very fine doji left there mado. Daji chik chua bal doji. Dewa sawa mitopa whole food. That de mere.
So we break the meditation over and over and over again. Keep breaking the meditation until one day there's just a sort of sangtal, like a wide open, unimpeded quality, and the expression or radiance of that, the expression or radiance of that can contain these different experiences, but there's not an element of chewing. There's not an element of enjoying, of an experiencer having that meditation experience. It's there, but it's in a more refined form, and it's not affecting the underlying openness or unimpededness in the mind. So there's not this cherishing, chewing quality in meditation experience.
Good. Try that. Why not? I have some guts. Oh, finally I have this beautiful state. Shall I break it? It might never come back. Who cares? Break that also. I think enough, yeah? Then le jumje chetu sena golwe chisi ngunzinjin namdo masi partu jumje suwa mepa kota ches.
If you disregard karmic cause and effect, that is an error. Decisively make up your mind that as long as reifying concepts have not been fully exhausted, cause and effect are unfailing.
Do you need explanation on this? No need, yeah? You know, no?
Yes.
Really? Jimregi Tenjung 자위 땡중 숨요 세고래 아니 자와데 택택징기 땡땡르게 자와데 도주빈 소래 아니 택바 투뭉게 땡르 자와데 아니 줌제 땡르인 세고래 아니 택징기 냠스 뇨하게 땡르데 땡르 짬 땡르 참모 세 아니 다와라바게 탄줄바게 아니 맹잠 따잠 마도 돈라 정신 맞어 봐라 낭자 마가잠 저기 근데라 땡르 참모 세요래 되니 다 저자 전복이 당복 강년 강단나 파고서는 네 뚜줍 땡르 뚜줍스는 동니드 때나 파고요 뚜줍 땡르들라 망보 주도나 되니 양 줌제 땡르를 치세봐 용시고래 된도 줌제 땡르지 라 치세 라게 좀 동바르도 나와 동바르도 동바 나와라도 가면 좋으니 된도 나왜 코로나 양 군속이 줌제질라 살로샤라 마다마치 낭차단 동전일로 조 섬당 또주고 땡들 때나 파고를 마모라는 조치나 근데 임발라 인도 되니 줌제 땡들라 체도 세세 용시 그래서 그래 근데 줌제 땡들 체도 마세와데 가르에서는 줌제 땡들 가도 요래서는 문신 마시고 봐도 줌제 땡들 요래 문신 식나 아니 땡들 참고 잘해 줌제 요메 그제 가래
So.
방송?
기부세하기 년카 인상 고사 소요레스.
가연사는 도둑된데 쪼셔잖아. 동된중도 쪼셔잖아마도 준비된중도 준비된데 시에메라시라. 자진 조진라. 모두 당부 동바된라 봐. 동백이 나와된라 봐. 나와 동백이 나와 그러니 도둑레 랍셔마도 나와 코로나 양 주드지요. chemistry 도죠. 나와 코로나 제데샤나 디용 아니 리펀 넘버 시선 요라 아니 나디 샤샤나
나서 in there's so in interdependence from the Mahayana point of view there's three sort of dimensions. There's the interdependence of so it's a tough one, a dependent existence. Before we've translated
dependently
that
existent. Dependently or dependent?
Nika.
Dependently existent. Dependently existent. Dependent existent. Deux drup.
Two ne drupa.
Deux ne drupa. Rangshini drupa meba.
Two ne drupa.
Ko deux ne drupa rema do ko rangshini drupa re. Ko kol deux ne ko kol deux ne ko kol deux ne ko rangshini meba. Dendu ko kunzo gun neba de nyambar chek do wa. Deux drup dendel shuchang chana kunzo neba nyangbo re. That's okay. 양 숙체라나 아 건습 체도 세로
아 나서
마세라
고사인 이 덴zen 기념보다 덴zen 기념보
덴zen 인전 다 가래나 다 간지다 수동보 동본이 숙선 텔파고 그래
So one is dependently existent or dependent existence.
Either one.
One style of or one dimension of interdependence. Based on that, we also talk about the interdependence of cause and effect. And then there's also something called subtle interdependence or mere interdependence. And that's described by Chandrakirti and the Talagirpas, who the consequentialists, who talk about the experience of in the experience of emptiness, there's subtle interdependence. There's just mere labeling, mere naming, sort of mere appearances. But in any case, the point that's being made here is that in the Mahamudra and Dzogchen approach, when emptiness is being resolved, when the view is being introduced, they mainly focus on this interdependence of dependent existence, which is that one thing depends on another to exist. This depends on that, and that depends on this. And therefore, neither are independent, solid, real things, because they're dependent on something else. And therefore, their essence is empty. And so that perspective is introduced strongly because it's
independent. Independent.
If it was not empty, they would be independent. They wouldn't depend on something else. And so this type of interdependence is introduced in order to introduce emptiness in the Mahamudra or Dzogchen style of discussing the view. But it's possible that that introduction, which is very strong on that particular point, appearances are emptiness, emptiness are appearances, and so on, which is this introducing dependent existence. It's possible then to say, to go too far and say, well then, sort of disregard or belittle cause and effect. That kind of interdependence. And say, well, it's all empty, so therefore cause and effect aren't really a big deal. I don't need to worry about that. And that's the deviation, that's the potential error. Because we need the interdependence, the dependent existence, the fact, resolving empty, that appearances are empty and emptiness is appearances. We need that, but if we go too far with that, we can disregard or belittle cause and effect. And so that's why this is said here. Of course, are there truly existing causes and effects is another discussion. It's another issue. But while appearances remain, while we still have experience, so as long as we have concepts that things are real, as long as we have concretized appearances and concepts about that, then cause and effect are functioning, continue to function. And so we shouldn't disregard it. That's the point of this.
Okay. Next one, lama la megu chungro sona kowe, lama la megu junji mepar kowe kodaches.
The next one says, if your devotion to the Lama has diminished, that is a point of going astray. Decisively resolve that you need to have devotion to the Lama continuously.
Not
much to say about that one.
You know, yeah? Shebe cho gom megu sana kolwe bacha masipar tu gom gobar kodaches.
The next one says, if you're satisfied with knowledge and say there is no need to meditate, that is mistaken. Decisively make up your mind that until your habits and tendencies are exhausted, you need to meditate.
That's quite straightforward. I understand, might not lead or might not liberate the tendency. So in order to liberate the tendency, you have to meditate. Meditate what? Nothing one. Neluk chacha chambu gombe, nyingji chungro sona kolwe, tongni nyingji songdu. Songjudu gombar kodaches.
If your compassion has grown weaker by meditating on the Mahamudra of the essential nature, that is an error. Decisively resolve to train in the unity of emptiness and compassion.
I've been saying this for many years, barking this. Wow. Emptiness, compassion, emptiness. 라라고 가야 메르다.
There's not much more to say about that.
가연 자자 전부 생인데 일라 미제 바래. 닝지 생인데 일라 제바도지 땡겨래. 되니 일라 미제 바장바 곰되나 아니 일라 제바 생 닝지데 로기 닝지데 요와저래. 자자 전부는 메요와래. 되니 메요와 땡에선 저기도 냠바샤도 닝지 추로 도와다죠. 송나 아니 디고 말이스. 대인도 자자 전부 곰베기 당 짤 롤바 먹고요. 들래니 몇번몇번 닝지 ngang shuki chegure siyo. Ti cheguyona ani chaji chambudu kola mares.
Because Mahamudra is also called a practice of mental non-engagement, or not doing anything with the mind. And so it's possible we develop a perspective that, well, Mahamudra, there's nothing to be done. Compassion is something to do. You know, Mahamudra is a practice of where nothing moves, nothing wavers. Compassion is a wavering in the mind. And therefore, in our practice somehow, we rest in that kind of thing, and then our compassion goes away. And that's a deviation. In real Mahamudra, naturally, from within the recognition of Mahamudra, the expression of the clarity of the mind emerges as compassion. There's the compassion that focuses on sentient beings, compassion that focuses on Dharma, and compassion that has no focus or reference point. So, whichever we can, we should generate those.
되니 자신보고 명라 까쁘 직투 양라 거래 직검나 탐지 딕동이 페나돌도 페나돌 맨지사나 내가가 다도다 됐어 고나야 맥나야 강바나야 강가 되나시 다 까쁘 직투 쓰니 맨지 요래 세거 다 별 그래 요남나 한보고 먼저 메르센나 까쁘 직투 쓰니 저 맨지사나 내가가 다 그래 세거 되나시 일란 메제베 된지 이만한 집에도 모시나 티 드바 탐지에 되게 잘 그래서 연된 탐지에 디 랑식이 제그래 서거다 디 장목 없나 everything will be included 서거 다디 차지 뭐 양딱 받으래 양마다나 되니 드바야 마지 드바야 마다 좀저야 체세 묘양 충도 닝지야 마샤나 다 가르치도 가래나 된대냥 소소치 그래
This isn't to say, we have to sit there in our Mahamudra practice and I need to give rise to compassion. I need to give rise to compassion. We're also not saying that. To say that compassion is born means that it happens. It's born naturally. In the meditation, or in the equipoise, or while meditating in Mahamudra, in the post-meditation, we should put effort into generating compassion. But the point is while we're meditating in Mahamudra, these should naturally come as the expression of the energy or the clarity in the mind. Compassion, faith, trust, and respect for cause and effect, and so forth, all the things mentioned here. Then Mahamudra is what's sometimes called the single sufficient white medicine, something like that.
Which is
Karpo Chiktu.
Yeah, which is Benadryl. Benadryl is white. pink. Different company has different color.
There's a medicine, a Tibetan medicine called the single, sort of all-curing medicine. I'm not sure that really exists, one medicine that cures every illness. But that's the concept. You have a headache, you have a backache, you have stomach problem, any problem, one particular pill, and then it's all done. But whether that exists or not, the metaphor is that in Mahamudra meditation, if it's proper, if it's authentic, it includes everything, all these qualities naturally. All obscurations are purified in that, and all qualities are contained in that. And so it's sufficient. Everything's included, if it's proper. It's not proper, if our meditation in Mahamudra is not proper, and we sit there in that, or cultivate that, and by that our respect for cause and effect goes down. We find no compassion at all. Our faith and devotion diminish, and so forth. Then it's not authentic Mahamudra, and we need to.
Then we have to make one big big question mark about Mahamudra. Then excellence.
So then these are the ways to clear away obstacles in meditation.
Very interesting. So we'll do tomorrow.
So the fourth section, explaining how to proceed along the path of mind, is very interesting, and we'll do that tomorrow.
삼지소배 장주신 보롱어 이마란주진 베zel레 장데르제바란주레 발라주신 셔발레란서 추노마란주지 치딘데르ян다고 주단데여란데 로랑알라소 자자주델레제데나란주 오이노달라세나세도모란조데 스군다보란주 보고니제당볼레 스톤케반델레 단zen 다음에 혼도렌 탄zen도가 베지른 오ዞ만 주서 봐봐. 전전전전전부지로는 고접 돈담 장매에서 최근에 되고는 전라베 데더라 좀 배워 온게 선네 다시는 로가 봉보당당 함소다 또다 여매 추단에 최면 지들은 저와 이 측군들레를 랍존토 지된 tunju랑 외제 다당을 도마양 대예랑 종제대저 진짜로 대비 랑당제 오지로 배저는 배주고 좀 배전데 나발레장랑도 저도 배전데레 바냐도 장당 마당스 주인들레 양성전부로 양조제나 저로바 하면주더라 또 배서 고도동도랑 그래서 알론 베벨로 산드라 산제네 나군 대진 진제 된조다 요나메나데 당도 타니라여 요나 제 전sem 니제 대장네 대곤 레존 셈제로 조조 제보신다야 나웬젠조 갈로는 데식 담베 콜로 작뱅 하당 대펠식 림밤도 대장 랑라식 고반 남제 동물은 들레 초 벤전데 롱절 대와 그래서 군제 내전데 군제 변제발은 걸어주면 뭐 저도 배매 바이다서 장타 그래서 생도고 점에 빠버런도에 레제소 토면여배 gem데 그러는 제 동부 들어주세요 도마연 걸어서면 저 카산 카다 롱신지 저반남 제양주를 제거로도 봉화에 넘으면 동부 중 대변 대원제 바에 run건 선전이 릭란 내제ren제 조조로 가당 또다랍도 공을 제단데 대제네 될랍도 별바니 랍도 똑치를 찡그러네 남반남들을 탐제레진 타지장 될랍도 양벨로 디식 지난 주바에 랍도 페시른 중 just left a little bit. So tomorrow or next day, we're done. So, some questions? We never asked any questions so far?
Rinpoche, could you say a little more about the form of compassion that would arise naturally, that is the undirected compassion or unfocused compassion?
닝지 생인데 semjirang chila yore se yore ina ko 닝지야 유코랑 닝지야 랑연 거래 ina 닝지 yula pisi semjindila 닝지 많이 봐지 그랑 닝지지 yore 닝지에는 yula 죽비 닝지 yore yula 마주비 닝지 yore
랑친.
랑지스 근데 칼라에나 칼라 사야라 ina 칼라 코랑 미그 사요 말아 당보 칼라데 저거 또야라 너 소리 저거 똑발로 팽겨라 ina 칼라 코랑 세르와 네 세데 가르쳐 거서는 똑바 매매버서 보여 된나시 그런 닝제지 샤령래 닝제 가르쳐 그래서 다들 내가 가야매 당보
제 추 예바 잡어. 제 추 예바 잡어.
나 세드 사나 사마소
사마소.
리파다 냠도 권인지 잘랑
that's so.
맥반데레 인데 말에 가와페메나 닝지는 임발라 divided 제마소
we can say that compassion is naturally part of our being, part of the mind. There's compassion, that's expressed, that has an object that it's relating to. There's also just compassion without an object. And both of them are present as a natural quality in the mind.
당보데 맥반맥반 닝지도 용거래 first
당보 mikpambenjin yong.
조생기 낭네 샤야게 애니 닝지 당보데 맥반맥반 닝지래
So
마음보자
within Dzogchen or Mahamudra practice, first it's the compassion without reference point that occurs or manifests.
배샤나 칼라
Di kala gi pe
하고서
this selpo hakomaso. Di kala ngazo masegi bardo ani chu yopa yopa dro.
칼라 맞아 사나 마사나 칼라
Laso.
사나 칼라
저걸
펜 저걸 펜도도
Masana
마사나 스틸 칼라 마사나 데 칼라 마레스 사나 칼라레스 칼라센 세 사나 세레 마사나 세 마레 마라 마사나 세레와 이나 in fact 칼라 마상은 세 당부 용거로 된 사고
Laso.
let's try
So the example that Rinpoche gave is like food. Food is food, kind of, whether we eat it or not. Once we eat it, it has an effect, and the effect is that it alleviates our hunger, fills our stomach. But even if we don't eat it, it's still food. It still has the quality of its being food. It's not that only when we eat it is it food. If we don't eat it, it's not food. It's not like that. It's food whether we eat it or not.
in order to you want to eat you have to make food first you understand yeah that's so easy
Rinpoche,
wait we have to resolve this problem food problem first can you understand the wetness of the The compassion is the awareness of Rigpa. Compassion is the awareness of Mahamudra. But this wetness right now is not making any people wet. Just a wet. Can be. But if you don't have wetness, so you cannot make anybody water or nothing. So this compassion is not making anybody's hunger feeding, but is the potential food that can feed millions of people. So that compassion is the food, but not eating yet. So in the Rigpa, the compassion is not active compassion yet, but compassion born in the Rigpa as like a food, and then you put on the plate and someone eat it, then benefit. So if there's no food, you invited 1,000 people, I'm sorry, there's no food. So you have to have a food first. But normally we think compassion is only action. But this one, the action will come derived from the non-referential, referential in England, no, non-referenceless. Same, no? If you don't know how to say it, don't say it. Referenceless, no reference. Chikpare. Yeah. So, don't look active compassion, but compassion born in the mind with the Rigpa as a moisture. And that develop, it will bring you into action sooner or later with the guts. Someone who asked never question to me in this year. Yeah. Okay.
So the distinction between undirected compassion and ultimate bodhicitta is not really clear to me. They seem to be very similar. They both have kind of a potentiality.
Okay.
Can you explain how they're different?
Same thing, like ultimate bodhicitta is the Mahamudra itself, the empty cognizant is ultimate bodhicitta. And just now I'm talking to the lady, the moist of compassion is relative bodhicitta within the ultimate bodhicitta. In China, we call, in Taiwan, I say relative bodhicitta. There's no R. Relative bodhicitta. Because all the R is taken by Indians. So Chinese left, no R, no R. Especially Tamils, they do all the I. Sometime after teaching, then I say bye-bye to my students, and they say, Rinpoche, you relax today and see you tomorrow. There's no S also. Very difficult. They can train, but many things in Tibetan we don't have Father, we don't have father. Phone. Phone. Not there. Phone. Fa, we don't have. The, we don't have. The compassion, we don't have. The compassion. So, okay, sorry. The text was so serious, so we need a little bit of humor.
Dundam Janjuji Samna.
Donamda concept Chanjusem Yenmi said to Kandijal Segorsana. She Jawa Mebatella. She Jawa Meba Topatella. Donam Chanjusem said. Dankapa Meba Ning, Duba Meba Ninjiki, Charavatella, and Kunzuki Ninjires, Kunzuki Ninji Jungonda Terida. Tini Sonju Nede or Reperpa, Chachimbuka Tawangala. She Jawa Mebatang, Dankapa Meba Ninjil Shar de Dioro.
So the difference between ultimate bodhicitta and referenceless compassion could be explained as the realization of the unborn essence is ultimate bodhicitta. That's like the ground, but the radiance of the ground, the expressive energy of the ground, first expresses itself as compassion without a reference point. And that's the birth of relative compassion. And all the other forms of relative compassion are based on that. So one is the ground, the unborn ground, and one is the unimpeded expression of the ground.
And
the two bodhicittas, relative and ultimate, are experienced as a unity, as an indivisible unity in the practice of Rigpa, of Mahamudra.
That digi dang de shijewa mebagi the dang kabo meba shangindi the dang de jewa mebati la ne dang khorangala inje ta samje samje ya doare tu ki dongal do ta inje santi ta don kunjob janju sam jangbare dondam nyamdu de yamare.
So although the compassion without reference point is born from the ultimate bodhicitta, which is the unborn ground, if we lose recognition of the unborn ground, and then we continue to generate that relative bodhicitta, all beings who are born in the 6 realms, oh, poor guys, they suffer so much, and so on, and we forget about the ultimate dimension, then that's called just relative bodhicitta, without the element of ultimate bodhicitta.
O shijewa me majanya den dang de sharma tumna dondam janju sam jangbare kunzo yomare.
Or we just rest in that sort of unborn essence, and there isn't relative bodhicitta happening. That's called just ultimate bodhicitta without relative bodhicitta.
So dorduna maduna ta ultimate bodhicitta langende shijewa me ba rikpa de seyore. Yashi tongshi ta drama de sena majata kanji dondam janju sam sengende tongba ningo shebege sheba de seyore.
So whether it's unified or not unified, we should understand that ultimate bodhicitta refers to recognizing the empty essence in Rigpa. There's a lot of teachings and explanations, but that's the heart of the matter.
Repeat?
There's a lot of, whether it's unified or not unified, there's a lot of explanations, but we should understand that ultimate bodhicitta refers to recognizing the empty essence in Rigpa. That's what ultimate bodhicitta refers to.
Chik yowadale, chik me yowadale, ta me yowade, shidere, yowade, dangdere. The dangde, dangdela, 대바당 시랍당 년중당 닝지다 먹고 영석을 양 당그 모들라나 덴신 슈샤나 시제와 매베가 잡라 덴덴질레오나 덴도샤시다 뭐 가자 타도 영어 그래서 건강에 요래.
Another way to put it is there's an unmoving dimension and then there's movement. The unmoving dimension is the recognizing the empty, unborn essence. And then the expression, the energetic expression of that recognition happens in the form of movement, many types. Prajna, faith, compassion, and so on.
시제와 매명랑니 묵지되거나 답지다. That's 돌베 철조월.
Chorwecho.
제와매바다 팔라 제와매비살라 제와 여바 덴신지 나네 모멘체나 되는 송신 인생 출는 거가 영어로.
So if these movements, if this expression unfolds while not losing the recognition of the essence, then all of these movements fall in the side of liberation or help propel us towards liberation. Whereas if we lose the recognition of the unborn, empty essence, then suddenly...
Instead of born boss came, unborn boss gone, born boss of Denzin.
Then suddenly we have, instead of the unborn, we have the born. And instead of the empty essence, we have the reified essence. And then when that happens, when we lose recognition of the empty essence, the unborn, we have the born and the reified. Then the movements take on the flavor of confusion. Then we have the kleshas. And then it perpetuates confusion and doesn't help with liberation.
Remind me Wholeful teaching. Joking. You can make that sound, no problem. It's a wonderful sound. Satisfactory sound. Appreciative sound. Joyful, tasting sound. Wonderful. Life is precious. McDonald? There's a high-class McDonald we have now, yeah? There's one McDonald called high-class McDonald? Upper class, no. More refined McDonald? No.
McCafe.
No, not, Becker something. Becker.
McCafe.
Huh?
McCafe.
I've been a few times there, quite nice. Because every day Wholeful is tired. Too good. You go to Wholeful, you don't want to die. Yeah.
Rinpoche, this is a controversial point of view, but I want you to address the devotion to the Lama has diminished, and in many sanghas in the past couple of years, including the Shambhala Sangha, there's been a lot of misconduct or expressed misconduct. So a lot of people are expressing loss of devotion, problems with doing Guru Yoga. How can you address this?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure, Karina, chick la ten yamar kanga, tendil sing the Mongol tengo to
So,
devotion just chick la devotion yamar. Mongboji domne and devotion yongor. Chick la devotion generate attachment devotion mare.
lasso,
Attachment and devotion just kare.
lasso.
Endo debangone jegona nelula shaping ngeshe. Rangi ribat topic ngeshe. Then of course Savi Lama plays one important. Then Jubilami chenlap 그래서 간가 돔니 아니 대바지오나 대바 아니 사버도 줌센시비 대바서 그래 줌세 가르쳐 상기 내루시비 대바 so guru is one of the kind of reflection of jiro you know the chess 요거 그래서 간가 돔니 대바지오 미치 장발 대바잖아 대바 말해 attachment 더 쳐요
Lasso. Faith or devotion needs to be part of a network of qualities. It's one of several qualities that all need to be present to be balanced and authentic. If we just have one kind of on its own, it's not balanced. So if we just have faith in one person and don't have other elements along with it, that's problematic. It's not balanced. Then we might not even call it real devotion. It's like attachment mixed with devotion. Actually, there needs to be several factors together, like certainty and conviction based on the truth of the nature, or experiencing the nature, or understanding the nature, and then blessings of the lineage. There's many factors that then balance devotion. So there's faith that's connected to reason.
줌센시비 대바 추추 내루시비 대바 니시 뭐 영어로
So a lot of there's what's called faith based on understanding reasoning. Faith based on understanding the truth of the Dharma. A faith based on that is connected to the underlying nature. And then when that's present, the guru figure is just another element that reflects that truth. And so it's when all of them are there, then it's balanced. Otherwise, if those other elements are not there and we just have this intense faith in one person, that's actually maybe not real devotion, but actually more like attachment.
And then purtawina that lama yago yore lama yago mewa yore lama yago ina yang teba loge yongore ina yang chure teba log maro me teba log mare lama ga wa cha sigra o de lama ina ko basic dom shite dom de me ba cha maro ko basic dom de lama plays one role mado that personal doubt de yo mare ta ko 가서갈 connect 되어라. 근데 라마당 드어메바샤 라말 데발로나야. 고 라마를 데발로라 마도 고 in general 데발로요 마로.
In Tibet, there were very good lamas, and there were also some not very good lamas. And sometimes people, had faith and then lost their faith.
They lost faith because of no good lama. Or they lost faith, good lama, but still lost faith.
So all kinds of things happened. But it wasn't that if you lose faith in a particular lama, that your entire faith in Dharma was gone. The foundation was still there. The lama just played one role in a bigger picture of faith in the truth of the Dharma. And so even if you decided you didn't like a particular lama, or you lost faith in a particular lama, whether or not they're good or bad, still the faith in the foundation, in the Dharma itself, wasn't lost. The foundation was strong. In Tibet, it wasn't such a personal thing, this thing with the lama. The lama played one role in a bigger picture. It wasn't so personal.
It's a little bit like falling in love. Fall in love. Many things come together, you fall in love, I think. Not like one particular thing. If you one particular thing, you will not really fall in love. The person's personality, the movement, the way he thinks or she thinks. Of course, six-pack. Only six-pack you love. And then one day, no six-pack. Oh my God. really love means many elements together, maybe about 10 different things together. Then you fall in love with the person. The only love with a six-pack and promising shoulder, and one day shoulder flap, no six-pack. Oh my, I'm going to sue you because I fall in love with you. Now you're not going to give me anything. So it's not like that. Many factors come together: the personality, how mouth opens, the smell of the mouth, the eyebrow, how she has a special eyebrow, the hair, how she moves. So many things, inner quality, inner beauty, all come together. Ah, for love. So the real devotion has many factors need to come together. The four lamas and the dharma all come together. And one thing little bit go down, you still can stand.
Rinpoche, from the practical point of view, for those people doing Guru Yoga, you know, in here, of course, we're talking about there is no guru outside of yourself, and we are at a different point than beginning people. But for those people, what would be the recommendation?
The inner guru, and then maybe Guru Rinpoche or Vajrasattva, and then you have okay with your guru, you zoom into it. No okay, bye bye, and still carry on.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just, you know, doing a general question for.
Yes. I understand that also. But this is the way we're doing. So many lama stories. Sometimes I went to this lama, then it didn't work well, kick out, and a bad experience. Go to the next one.
Thank you.
Oh, 2 minutes more. Yeah? Okay. Short one. Please look into how you fall in love. The healthy one, not only a one. Almost 10 different together. Wow, fall in love into it. And one day, six packs doesn't matter. Still love there. If your love is localized on the six-pack, the moment of six-pack, chicken, what do you call it? Chicken neck, love gone. Huh? Chicken neck, butter arm. Okay.
Six-pack turned into a keg.
Still love. Because love is not localized on keg or six-pack. Unity of many things.
I just wanted to ask about the Sangye Sechik.
Yeah.
I understand there are different length versions of that. And I'm guessing this is not the short version that I've recently been given by somebody. And I'm just wondering if I can consider if the
only know
the short version is.
I only know one is a very short one,
Yes.
one half page, and one the standard one. Many I don't know, only two. So I'm doing the long one. If the long one you got the long, short one is included.
Thank you. So also, this is not a question, but I read something quite interesting about the author of our text, Kumpang Sherab Gyatso. I was reading about the author of the text.
Right, yeah.
And
Yes.
can I take a moment to share that?
Sure, please.
So, he was also known as Avadutipa,
Right.
Sherab Gyatso, and as you thought, he was.
When was that?
He was the teacher of
Pema Karpo.
Pema Karpo, the fourth Gyalwang
What is
Trungpa.
Pema Karpo year? You know?
Late 15th, early 16th century.
Okay.
So about
Can you
in
hear
his,
his English?
in his previous incarnations, he was also the Mahasiddha Saraha. And then later he was Mahasiddha Naropa. Then he was one of the heart sons of Guru Rinpoche, whose name I've forgotten. And he was the mind son of Milarepa. Then he was
Okay.
another incarnation. He was Lingje Repa, who Rinpoche talked about as being the example of someone who attained complete awakening upon recognition of the view. And then in an incarnation after this one, who wrote the text in the late 19th, early 20th century, he was the Togden Shakya Shri.
Later.
A later incarnation.
Okay. Yeah. Early 16? 15? Which?
14 something to 15 something.
14 to 15
I don't remember
century.
exactly.
Right. Quite good, huh? Yeah. Thank you. Kumbang Jimmy Karkin. Yeah. Sunam Diyi Damji Zibani Dhamni Nipe Dhamma Bamjene Yega Naji Bala Rubaye Sibe Zole Doa Dajo.
By this merit may omniscience be attained. May the adversary Kleshas be conquered. In the ocean of samsara, with its stormy waves for birth, old age, sickness, and death, may all sentient beings be free.
Chanju Sencho Rinpoche Maje Panang Jejoroje Yeba Nyamba Meba Yang Kone Kondo Bewarsho.
May the precious bodhicitta arise where it has not arisen, and where it has arisen may it not diminish, but increase further and further.
Toni Tawa Rinpoche Maje Panang Jejoroje Yeba Nyamba Meba Yang Kone Kondo Bewarsho.
May the precious view of emptiness arise where it has not arisen, and where it has arisen may it not diminish, but increase further and further.
Chöpa Zeme Rinpoche Maje Panang Jejoroje Yeba Nyamba Meba Yang Kone Kondo Bewarsho.
May the precious conduct of non-violence arise where it has not arisen, and where it has arisen may it not diminish, but increase further and further.
Verse 5. Kangri Rave Kurve Shinkamde Pendan Deva Malun Jungwene Zere Zewan Tenzin Jazoye Shabe Sinden Barando Tenjurunje.
Surrounded by snow and mountain, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. Avalokiteshvara Tenzin Gyatso, may your life stay firm until the end of existence.
Jalgun Duje Yeshin Jinduzo Mejun Jenyin Jinlan Jogender Soni Jamsu Shaben Danenzo Dakyun Jimba Kushin Anjurasho.
Embodiment of the compassionate wisdom of all the conquerors, treasure of the supreme blessings of exceptional twofold omniscience. Soni Gyatso, I pray that your life be long and stable. Please bless my being to realize the four guides.
Ramayaman Kama Om 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 Yeshe Kadan Judan Ravale Riva Vasaran Dorje Yurama Ripsangame Korje Zodanje Solo Jundon Dondo Yishin Ro Nije Gada Chudan Rawale Rigwa Salan Dorje Yorama Rigda Game Korje Sodanje Solo Jundon Dondo Yishin Ro Nije Gada Chudan Rawale Rigwa Salan Dorje Yorama Rigda Game Korje Sodanje Solo Jodon Dondo Yishin Ro.
In primordial purity and wisdom free from elaboration is the luminous awareness Dorje Yudonma, accompanied by her retinue, the unceasing expression of awareness. We supplicate and make offerings, accomplish our desires as wished.
Okay, as usual, keep practicing. I'm sure you're doing that, no? And the online Sangha also need to do that. You're not exception. You have to do together. You're included here, same. Thank you.